I'm typing this upstairs while what was supposed to be my wedding reception rages below. It's bizarre, unreal, like stepping into a movie I didn't sign up for. Today was meant to be the day, my wedding day. Months of preparation, jaw-dropping deposits, relatives flown in from all corners. Everything meticulously planned. My fiancée, Claire, 29, and I were set to exchange vows 6 hours ago. I was in my suit, nerves buzzing but thrilled, when my phone pinged. I thought it was Claire sending a sweet message before the ceremony. Wrong. It was her. Vincent, I'm so sorry. I can't go through with this. I'm done. Done. Like some old-timey breakup letter. I read it over and over, the words searing into my brain. The room spun. Done. 5 minutes before showtime. My first instinct? Logistics. Guests waiting, venue booked, open bar flowing. My best man, Alex, noticed my face and asked, "You good, man? It's time." I showed him the text. His eyes went wide. No way. Something in me snapped. Not into despair, but into a strange, icy calm. The pain was there, heavy, like a stone in my chest, but I pushed it down. I found the officiant, a gentle older man looking puzzled by the holdup. "Minor adjustment to the schedule," I said, my voice oddly steady. Then I walked out alone to where Claire and I were supposed to stand together. The crowd, family, friends, her people, mine, looked confused, then worried. Whispers spread. I grabbed the microphone, cleared my throat. "Thank you all for coming," I began. The room hushed. "There's been a change. 5 minutes ago, Claire sent me a text." I paused, scanning the faces. My parents, her parents, our friends. It read, and I quote, "Vincent, I'm so sorry. I can't go through with this. I'm done." Gasped. A few shocked murmurs from her side. My sister looked ready to collapse. I pressed on, voice calm. "So there's no wedding today." Claire made her decision. I let that land. Then louder. "But everything's paid for. The bar's stocked, the food's ready, the band's warming up. So tonight we're not celebrating a marriage. We're celebrating truth, even when it stings. We're celebrating dodging a disaster. And we're celebrating all of you being here. So please eat, drink, have fun. Let's make it a party." I raised my water glass. Booze felt risky for now. "To dodging disasters." Silence for a beat. Then Alex started clapping. My family followed. Slowly, others joined, some reluctantly. Claire's parents and her brother, Mark, bolted for the door. A chunk of guests, maybe a third, trickled out awkwardly. But the rest stayed. And downstairs, it's something. A strange, uneasy gathering. 6 hours later. The band's playing lively tunes, but the vibe is off. People are drinking heavily. Some try to dance. Others huddle, whispering, stunned. My dad gave me a bear hug, muttering, "Her mistake, son. Her loss." It took effort for the mood to lighten, mostly thanks to my friends keeping me afloat and the free liquor. I'm up here now, processing. The cost, God, the cost. Venue, catering for 150, flowers, my suit, the non-refundable honeymoon package. $60,000, mostly from me and my parents. Gone. No word from Claire since the text. No calls, nothing. How she slipped out of the bridal suite, mid-prep, to wherever her getaway was waiting, I don't know. Don't care. The text was the final blow. So here I am, hosting the most expensive, awkward, disaster-dodged bash ever. Send whiskey. Or maybe tea. I'm not sure. Update 1. Hey everyone. It's been a week since. The text. Thanks for the comments and messages. They've been a lifeline in this surreal aftermath. The not wedding party turned into something oddly unforgettable. After the initial shock, those who stayed embraced the dodging a disaster vibe. My friends were incredible, keeping me surrounded, making sure I didn't spiral. There were toasts, some heartfelt, some furious. Felt like a release, strangely healing by the end. The aftermath wasn't as fun. Explaining to vendors why the bride vanished was rough. Most were kind, especially as word spread. Small-town gossip travels fast. The financial hit stings. That $60,000 plus is gone. We're returning gifts, especially from her side, and donating what we can't. The honeymoon suite at the hotel? I stayed in it alone. That was bleak. Now, the part you're probably curious about. Claire. Radio silence for 3 days. Then Tuesday night, my phone lit up. Missed calls, voicemails, desperate texts. I messed up, Vincent. It was a huge mistake. Please talk to me. It's not what you think. I love you. Yeah. Turns out her big escape plan crashed hard. Mutual friends, horrified for me, filled in the blanks. Claire didn't just get cold feet. She was leaving for someone else. A guy named Ethan, older, with a shiny car and big promises. The plan? Ditch the wedding, meet him, and ride off to some glamorous new life he'd supposedly arranged. Except Ethan's promises were empty. He expected her to fund everything, assuming she'd secure a wealthy husband, me, and get cash from guilt payments or alimony later. When the wedding imploded and I wasn't playing ball, Ethan bailed, reportedly leaving her stranded at a rest stop 3 states away by Wednesday. So, the frantic calls. I answered one mostly out of curiosity. "Vincent," she sobbed. "Thank God." Hysterical. I screwed up so bad. It was the pressure, the stress. Ethan was nothing. "Please, we can fix this. We can reschedule," say I had a breakdown. The nerve. Thinking she could just slide back in after blowing everything up. "Claire," I said, voice flat. "You texted me I'm done minutes before our wedding. You had a bag packed and a guy waiting. There's nothing to fix. We're over." "No, Vincent, please. It was a mistake. I love you." More tears. "Your actions said otherwise," I replied. "You chose Ethan. He didn't pan out, so now you want me back as your fallback? No. Figure out your own mess." I hung up, blocked her. Then her brother, Mark, called, furious. "How dare you embarrass her like that? Announcing her text? Throwing a mockery party?" "She was stressed, Vincent." "Mark," I said, exhausted. "She dumped me via text minutes before the wedding to run off with another guy who ditched her." I shared her exact words for clarity, not to shame her. "The party happened because it was paid for. She caused this, not me. You should have protected her. Forgiven her," he raged. "Where's she supposed to go? You kicked her out. She'd moved into my place a month earlier. She's not my problem anymore, Mark. Goodbye." Blocked him too. Now the practical stuff. I had her things sent to her parents via courier. No way was I risking another showdown. The honeymoon, that $18,000 Maldives trip, part of the $60,000 loss, is non-refundable. The agency said I can change the second guest or get travel credit. Thinking about it. This week aged me, but I feel freer? Definitely dodged a disaster. Update 2 month since D-Day, Disaster Dodge Day. Things got messy, then settled into a new kind of irritating. The rumor mill kicked in, driven by Claire and Mark. Suddenly, I was the villain. Too controlling, too demanding, and apparently, I secretly canceled the wedding and framed her. The text? Allegedly misunderstood or sent under pressure. Some of her distant cousins and friends bought it. Lost a few social media connections. Whatever. I didn't argue publicly. To anyone who asked, I said calmly, "She texted I'm done 5 minutes before the wedding and left for someone else. That plan failed. Here's the text if you need proof." Showed it to a few key people. Most saw through her story. Then came the demands. Messages from new numbers, emails, even a letter from her mom. They wanted reimbursement for Claire's emotional investment in wedding planning, for her stuff I sent back, for half the value of the returned or donated gifts. Mark even suggested I pay for Claire's therapy for the trauma she caused. The entitlement was unreal. They genuinely thought I owed her comfort and cash after she tried to abandon me at the altar. I consulted a lawyer to be safe. He chuckled at their claims, confirmed Claire had no legal ground. I sent one response through him. "Vincent considers this matter closed. Claire ended the engagement and wedding. No compensation is owed. Further demands will be treated as harassment." Blocked the new contacts. Now the satisfying part. The revenge, if you can call it that. It wasn't about destruction. It was about taking back what she discarded and not letting her choices ruin me. That $18,000 Maldives honeymoon? Claire was obsessed with it. Picked the exact villa. Letting it go to waste felt like letting her win. So I called Alex. "You free next week?" I asked. He was puzzled. I explained. His answer? "Hell yeah." We went. 2 weeks ago. Flew first class, part of the package. Stayed in Claire's dream villa. Went snorkeling. Sipped overpriced drinks. Soaked up the sun. Didn't dwell on her after day 1. Just enjoyed a lavish trip meant for a different future. Before we left, I posted one photo on my private social media. Me and Alex, smiling with drinks, turquoise water behind us. Caption: "Turning the unexpected into paradise." No names, no drama. But I knew Claire or Mark would see it. And they did. A mutual friend, trying to keep the peace or stir trouble, sent it to Mark. Word is, Claire sobbed for hours, not out of regret, but because she was supposed to have that trip. Mark was livid, ranting about how I rubbed it in. How dare I enjoy my honeymoon? Yeah, how dare I? Final update 4 months later, and this saga's done. The demands stopped after my lawyer's email. Guess they finally grasped they had no leverage. Claire's smear campaign fizzled. Lies don't hold up when the truth is so clear. What's up with Claire? Mutual friends, mostly checking in out of concern for me, shared the tea. After Ethan ditched her and I refused to take her back, she crashed with Mark. It imploded fast. Claire treated his place like a free ride, didn't work, whined nonstop. Mark gave her 2 months before showing her the door. Family loyalty only goes so far when you're that selfish. She's back with her parents now, working some entry-level office job, always griping about money and how unfair life is. She's still playing the victim, claiming I ruined her life. No accountability, no remorse, just resentment that her big plan tanked. Ethan's gone, wants nothing to do with her. Me? I'm solid. Really solid. The early weeks were brutal. Felt betrayed, foolish, furious. But that disaster-dodged party set the tone. My people rallied. The Maldives trip with Alex was a game-changer. A way to reclaim joy from the wreckage. The $60,000 hit hurts, but it's just money. What I gained, self-worth, freedom from someone who didn't value me, is worth more. The revenge? It wasn't about pain. It was about proof. Proof my life didn't stop without her. Proof I could thrive. That Maldives photo was the perfect, subtle flex. Not an attack, but a declaration. I'm moving on. Seeing her entitlement crumble under the weight of her own choices? That's the real payoff. She didn't just lose a partner. She lost the life she thought was guaranteed. And her backup plan was a mirage. That emptiness she's feeling? She built it. I'm back to work. Hitting the gym, hanging with friends, even dipping my toe into dating. Nothing heavy, but it's nice to feel open again. My place feels like mine. Claire wanted out. She got it in the most self-destructive way possible. She rejected me and, in doing so, rejected the future she thought she'd locked down. Now she's living the consequences. That's justice. And it feels damn good. Thanks for letting me unpack this here. You all helped me process. Time to close this book for good. Peace.